Ladies and gentlemen, what you see in front of you are 5 Nintendo Switches. Everything from a crappy knockoff that may not even work.
Okay, how do I turn you off now?
To a custom Switch that I've never seen in person before.
Oh yes!
All the way up to a $1,000 special edition Switch. Your mission today, should you choose to accept it, is to decide with me whether these Switches are worth it or whack. Worth it or whack.
Worth it or whack, it's really cool. It's like a fun game playing stuff. And we look at switches and we look at the color.
They're not really.
I wouldn't actually, or would I?
First contestant of the day comes to us from Walmart.com. Folks, we are starting right out with box number 1, which is this slight monstrosity of a Switch. I don't know, it honestly has more of the form factor of a Vita. And not to spoil the outcome of this for you guys, but this box is so wonky, it doesn't even have like a name on it anywhere. The only evidence of any name for this console is this right up here, it just says Plus. Looking at the box, it's kind of cool. Apparently it comes in multiple different sizes, and you can see on the side that it actually comes in multiple different colors. And it's actually weird, it's only the sides of the console that have color variation, and the middle is the same. It almost reminds me of, I don't know, it seems really familiar. Apparently it has 8 gigs of storage though, so we'll see what this thing actually looks like. I haven't taken this out of the box yet. Okay, so again, we have a couple very familiar colors, although I will say these ones are a little bit, the plates are kind of more metallic. This is apparently the X7 Plus model. Be right back. Oh my gosh, I just ran up and down the stairs and I am now sweating. But for a little size comparison here, this is my regular OLED Switch, and this is the size of the X7 Plus. And it cost me 70 smackaroons. So we're gonna see if this bad boy actually turns on, if I can find the power button. By the way, all throughout this video, Editor Riff is going to be gracing you guys with some workbench B-roll. So definitely enjoy that. I am trying my best to get this thing to turn on. I think we may have to put it on the charger and come back to it later in the video. But the first thing that I immediately notice about it is so light. I mean, I don't know if you could really expect anything else for $70. I almost thought that there was a camera on the back here as well, but I'm pretty sure that's not even like a lens. It just looks like it's filled in and it's black. That's so funny. Okay, here's the charger. I'm gonna plug this guy in down here and we'll come back to it later and see what it looks like when it actually turns on. All the other Switches in this video from here on out are all actual authentic Nintendo products. Okay, we got number 2 up next. I honestly, this one I don't even remember what it is. Yes. The good old Smash Bros. Ultimate Special Edition Switch. This may have been the first Special Edition Switch that I ever owned. And on this one, the question of worth it or whack is honestly a little bit difficult. I feel very torn about this. Because these days, if you want one complete in box, I believe you'll pay in the like $400 neighborhood, and it's not an OLED model. So to me, from a design perspective, it has to be really good in order to be really worth the cost as a collectible. And while I think this box design is honestly one of the best special edition Switches we have ever gotten, I'm honestly a little bit disappointed with the design of the console itself. You can see the Joy-Cons are just the standard gray. They didn't do any like new special edition color or anything, and the design is incredibly minimal. It's just a Smash Bros logo that goes across them. I found just the right Joy-Con out in the wild once, and I almost missed that it was even special edition because this is literally the only thing special about it. The back of the Switch tablet as well has absolutely no special designs, and the only thing they did on the dock was add this like character design that's really similar to the front. There's not a single special edition color on this whole thing. The back of the box I also honestly really do like, so I would say like if you're a super hardcore Smash fan, this console probably would be worth it, but for everyone else there, honestly, I'll have to give this console a rating of whack.
Whack, whack, it's really whack. Caleb says whack, so it's whack. I don't really remember why he said, but it's whack.
All right, number 3 out of 5. You may be asking, Caleb, how come this box looks different than all of the other boxes and says eBay on it? And the answer is, it was a strategic strategy. And we have, ooh, okay. This one honestly is maybe probably my second favorite special edition Switch in my collection. It's the Japan version of Let's Go Eevee Edition. I think that the box art on this special edition is absolutely fantastic, both on the front and on the back sides with just the super simple Pikachu and Eevee, and this one even has some special edition components on the console itself, which is a huge selling point. I want to say, Riff, you'll have to double check me on this. I think this one's in like the $500 to $600 range because it does come from Japan. It may have gone down a little bit since I last checked. And it is a little bit unique in that it comes with the Pokeball Plus, which is an accessory designed specifically for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee that you could purchase separately in stores, but I think this is the only special edition Switch, at least on this list, that came with something else originally beyond just the regular console. Oh, that is a fantastic detail. I've actually never noticed this before, but the inside of the flap that keeps everything together, this little bit of cardboard even has a Pikachu and Eevee design on it. That little detail is just selling me on this console even more. A lot of you guys may not know, but
I have herpes.
back in the day, I used to collect hardcore special edition Switches, and there was a point where I owned every single one that was ever available in stores. I think it was like 15 of them. These days, I think I have pared the collection down to like my 4 favorites or so, although honestly, I'd really like to own the recent Scarlet and Violet one. I haven't gotten my hands on that one yet. Okay, folks, I'm gonna be honest. This set of Joy-Cons is in contention for the greatest Joy-Con set ever released, in my opinion. The fact that they made not just the Joy-Cons, but also the strips 2 different colors in order to coordinate to their corresponding Pokemon is just a detail that I am so tickled with. Now, if I had to get super critical, I would say that I'd love to see some sort of like maybe an outline of Eevee and Pikachu on the bottom of each of these. Like, there isn't anything unique printed on the faces of these Joy-Cons, which is maybe a small mark against it. Also, it would have been really cool to see like maybe the home button be the same red as Pikachu's cheeks. But on the whole, I absolutely love the design of these Joy-Cons. The console, I think, leaves a little bit to be desired, if I'm being honest. Technically, the back does have a pattern on it, but from here, you probably honestly can't even see it. It's got a whole bunch of outlines of like Pokeballs and Pikachus and Eevee, similar to what I said I would have liked to see on the Joy-Cons themselves, but the outlines are all black. So like, I get, you know, subtlety and all that, but like, I much prefer what they actually did with the front of the dock, which is like, just smack a Pikachu and Eevee on there. I don't know, you guys can let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. To me, on the whole, between the lovely box design, the top tier Joy-Cons, and the inclusion of a cool accessory that will augment your experience of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I'm gonna give this one a rating of worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's so worth it. Buy Pikachu and Eevee because it's worth it. You can see big cheeks.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about the little X7 Plus charging over here. Okay, I am seeing some charging lights. Honestly, not a bad detail. Can you guys, am I completely out of focus? Oh, dang it, it stopped. I like how when it's charging, the plus and minus buttons on either side of the screen actually light up. Oh, and there's the screen as well. Whoa, okay, so it reminds, okay, yes, I know it's charging. Does it just have sound? Oh, hello, okay. So this looks like basically a knockoff emulation console. And apparently there's a sound effect every time you press a button. Hello? I'm not gonna lie, folks, I may have to catch back up with you guys on this because I cannot figure out how to actually, hello? Start these games. Although my first gripe with this is that the A and B buttons are in the wrong places. Like really just, oh geez. Hello? listen to this. That's the stick. Oh, it sounds so crusty. I will say the corners of the screen have visibly dead pixels, but I mean, it is playing Mario like pretty decent. Shoot. Okay, how do I turn you off now? Look what I just realized happens when you turn this thing off.
Caleb never said, so it's probably whack though, because it's not that good, but at least it plays Mario, bro.
Holy cow, folks, this video has gotten incredibly chaotic. I'm a little bit stressed, and I'm gonna throw a little more chaos into the mix and pull an audible. This number 4 here is the custom Switch that I have never laid eyes on before. I'm gonna save this for last, and we're gonna go with the number 5 $1,000 Switch. By the way, how have you guys been enjoying that Workbench B-roll? Workbench B-roll. Gotta give a little bit of love to Riff in the comments for this one.
If I can get an extra 1,000 subscribers from this video, I'm gonna If I can get an extra 1,000 subscribers on my channel from this video, I will force Caleb to give away 3 of those consoles, those Switch consoles.
All right, are you guys ready for the Switch that I paid somewhere between $900 and $1,000 for? I can't remember which. Here it is.
It's a Dragon Quest Nintendo Switch.
The Japan exclusive Dragon Quest XI Switch. This bad boy is absolutely beautiful. So at a $450-ish price point, I would say 100% Japan exclusive Dragon Quest Switch is worth it. If you're paying $800 or $900 and getting a controller with it, probably honestly whack.
Worth it, but not. Kinda depends if the controller in the pandemic time you bought the COVID thing.
I didn't mean that, Slimy. I'll make it up to you later. Now, finally, folks, the moment you have all been waiting for. I haven't actually seen this with my physical eyes, the custom Switch that I had designed. This was made by a gentleman on Instagram who goes by Berserker Games. Normally he does like PS Vita mods, but he broke his own rules a little bit in my case. So big shout out to Paul, credit to Paul for this one, and I'll link Berserker Games in the description as well. You guys know I'm all about supporting local business. So we've got the standard Switch box for this one, but do not be deceived. Inside lies something very special. Oh, yes! Oh, this turned out even better than I thought. Oh. Folks, this is a Nintendo Switch inspired by the special Pikachu Edition N64. As you guys can see, it's got those, honestly, the color on this is perfect. The deep blue Joy-Cons, and check this out. In the same way that the special edition N64 controller has blue on the front and yellow on the back of the Joy-Cons are yellow too.
Nice.
Oh, that's amazing. Even the kickstand is the matching blue, which is a really nice detail. It has Pokeballs for sticks, and I actually have a decal coming of Pikachu that I'm gonna put on the back right here to match the Pikachu that's on the original N64.
As you guys watch this along with me, you see how crappy of a job Caleb did putting this on. It's brutal to watch, Caleb. Oh my, did you even try?
Oh man. It's got blue and green A and B buttons, just like the N64, the yellow, I don't know what you would call these, like C-stick buttons, and even on down to a gray R and L and ZR buttons. Folks, I honestly just could not be happier with how this custom Switch has turned out. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering what this bad boy cost me. I paid $230 for this older Switch console to send to Paul to be modded, and then ordering all of the custom casings and buttons and everything was around $100, and he hooked me up. He wanted to charge me absolutely nothing for the labor, but I insisted, so that ended up being around $100 as well. So all in, I spent $430 on this custom console, which ironically enough is less than any other console on this table except for our $70 Walmart X7. Which to me is 1,000% worth it.
Sorry to cut you off, but it's so worth it. It's like so worth it I couldn't let you finish the sentence. It's the most worth it.
If you guys have enjoyed looking at these rare Switch consoles, check out this video right down here where I went hunting for rare Switch games, and I'll catch you guys on the flip.
And my suffering.